guys, in today's video I'm going to be giving you 9 tips for preventing and improving wrinkles on the chest. Wrinkles on the chest are really common, especially in women, because the area sees a lot of sun and it can appear as these horizontal deep creases, and it really bothers a lot of people. There can also be more fine wrinkling on the upper chest, and of course that can be accompanied by other signs of photoaging like hyperpigmentation, brown spots, dry skin, and just kind of uneven skin tone in general. My number 1 tip, which should come as no surprise to you, for both preventing and treating wrinkles on the chest is protecting the area from sun. Oh God, it's so important. And unfortunately, it's an area that oftentimes gets accidentally missed when it comes to applying sunscreen. But that area sees a lot of sun exposure. Especially if you spend a lot of time like doing outdoor activities on a boat, if you live somewhere really sunny like Florida. I mean, throughout your lifetime, just walking in and out of your house, your chest can see so much sun exposure. So make sure that you apply a broad spectrum SPF 30 or higher sunscreen to your chest every day and reapply it because it rubs off and wears off. But beyond just wearing sunscreen, you also have to be mindful of how much sun exposure you are getting. You want to avoid going outside and spending a lot of time outdoors during peak exposure. Try and enjoy outdoor activities in the early morning or in the late evening when the sun's intensity is not as strong. And of course, wear clothing that covers the area. That will help as well. Number 2, try and avoid positions that cause unnecessary creasing of the skin of the upper chest. Like, for example, if you like to curl up on the couch like this, try and, reposition yourself so that you're not creating that deep crease. If you sleep on your side, try training yourself to sleep on your back. You guys know I did that a while ago, a few years ago, and it's made all the difference in the quality of my sleep, but it also can make a difference long-term in the formation of those deep-seated wrinkles. But if you are a diehard side sleeper, no worries. You can try, they make these silicone patches for the upper chest that can kind of smooth out the wrinkles and prevent that creasing with body positions. I'm a fan of those CO patches, so that's a great option. They also make like a chest pillow that you can wear at night comfortably. You guys know I sleep with my Sleep and Glow pillow. I believe they actually make a special chest pillow that can help just keep that area flat for those of you who sleep on your side. So that's another great option. It's not going to remove the wrinkles permanently or anything like that. It just reduces that unnecessary creasing that with time can contribute to the formation of those chest wrinkles. Tip number 3, for those of you who spend a lot of time outdoors in particular, consider, especially on days that you're gonna be outside for a prolonged period of time, consider a supplement called Polypodium leucomotus. Also is sold under the brand name HelioCare. I'm always kind of cautious about recommending supplements, and I strongly encourage everyone to always clear any dietary supplement with their healthcare provider. Make sure that you aren't, on any medications that might interact. But Polypodium has been shown to reduce the burden of sun damage that occurs with sun exposure, and it's something that's nice to use in conjunction, of course, with sunscreen and sun protective clothing to reduce the burden of damage. You actually take it before you're going to go outside, about 30 minutes before, and it can potentially really help. And it's pretty well tolerated. There aren't any side effects, although as I said, always clear any dietary supplement with your treating healthcare provider. I think it's a really good option for people who spend a lot of time like at the beach, maybe because of your occupation, or you just enjoy being out by the pool a lot. You're wearing sunscreen, you're really diligent about reapplying it, you're trying to not be out there too long, you're wearing a hat and all those other things. This can kind of help you, add another layer, or so to speak, of sun protection. Especially because, when you're in the pool, unless you wear a sun protective bathing suit, this is just another little something extra that you could do to reduce the burden of damage in the skin, and ultimately that will help with photoaging of the upper chest. What about products? A product that you might consider using a few times a week is a moisturizer with alpha hydroxy acid like glycolic acid or lactic acid. These can help exfoliate dry, built up dead skin cells and just kind of help rejuvenate the look of wrinkles and fine lines on the upper chest. They also help your skin retain moisture better. And with long-term consistent use, it actually can help with collagen production in the deeper layers of the skin. However, you want to be very careful with moisturizing products that have AHA in them because they actually can make you more sensitive to the sun. So don't use them unless you are super, super diligent with your sun protection, but they can help. And a little bit goes a long way. Remember, the skin on the chest is much thinner than other areas of the body, including like your cheeks, for example. So the products that you slather on your cheeks and forehead and nose, they're probably a little too strong to be using, at least on a daily basis, on your upper chest. Try just using an AHA to that area a few times a week. That's really all you need. Again, it can gently exfoliate dry built up sun-damaged skin cells. One of my favorites is actually amlactin. Amlactin has a wonderful moisturizer with alpha hydroxy acid, of course, and ceramides. It's very affordable. You can get it at like Walmart. Really, really inexpensive. Along those lines, the next skincare ingredient to consider pursuing, of course, is an anti-aging favorite that definitely can improve the look of wrinkles with long-term use, and that is retinol. When applied topically, it can be taken up by the skin cells and converted to retinoic acid, which ultimately can boost up collagen production. And anything that boosts up collagen production in the deeper layers of the skin, it's going to ultimately smooth out and kind of help flatten out wrinkles. And that's obviously the goal here. Not only that, but it can remove sun-damaged skin cells and just kind of rejuvenate the look. As with AHAs, however, you have to be very conservative with the frequency and strength of retinol. Retinols, they peel the skin a little bit. They can be very irritating and drying. So if you're using, for example, a retinol on your face, you want to just use a tiny amount to the upper chest, see how you tolerate it, and you really only need to use it a few nights a week for it to work. There's this misconception that you need to use retinol every day in order for it to work, and that's not the case. As a reminder, you want to use your retinol at nighttime and then the AHA product in the morning. And again, both you only need to use a few times a week. There are body moisturizers with retinol that are a good choice to consider on the upper chest. One of my favorites is Replenix, makes a fantastic one, and so does Paula's Choice. I'll list those down below, along with that AHA moisturizer. And then the third type of product to pursue for rejuvenating the look of the upper chest is just a basic moisturizer. It can really go a long way. It's not going to erase wrinkles permanently, but moisturizers, they have humectants in them that can help plump up the skin cells and the top layer of the skin and ultimately just kind of smooth out wrinkles, especially those little fine wrinkles, kind of like right in this area. It can just help smooth all of that out. I mean, honestly, a game changer right before you're going to have a photograph taken is to just slather a body moisturizer on, let it absorb, and your skin will look a lot better. You know, it's not a long-term solution to getting rid of wrinkles, but it helps your skin barrier function better, protect you better, and you know, it's well tolerated, doesn't cause irritation. So I will list some of my favorite body moisturizers down below. I highly recommend, for example, the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Overnight Hydration Cream that I talked about in my 2020 skincare favorites video. It would be a great one because it has wonderful humectants in it to add hydration, and it's kind of in almost a slow release formulation that provides long-lasting hydration to really give you more of a sustained plumping effect. Speaking of the devil, I actually have it right here. Yeah, this is a great one. It's got petrolatum to really seal in that hydration as well. It absorbs pretty quickly into the skin and isn't greasy or anything like that. All right, but truthfully, really deep, already formed wrinkles, you can do all of these things, but I've got to set your expectations going forward. It's not as though they're going to completely get rid of the deep-seated wrinkles. Those are pretty stubborn. I mean, these things, they can modestly improve the look. But there are some procedures that you might choose to really make a difference. And that entails obviously seeing a board-certified dermatologist. Procedures in particular for the upper chest that can yield some nice results for smoothing out those deeper wrinkles include microneedling and Fraxel resurfacing laser treatments. Now, I've got videos talking about microneedling, but I want to caution you against the at-home microneedling tools. They can help in exfoliating the skin, but they do come with a risk of infection. And they're not going to be calibrated to the depth that you would get with an in-office treatment. So I always say, you know, skip the at-home derma rollers or microneedling things. People can not only have the risk, obviously, of skin infection, but they can actually end up being pretty irritating. And I've seen some cases of people getting hyperpigmentation as a result. So I say leave it to board-certified dermatologists for the microneedling treatments. And then, of course, as I mentioned, fractional resurfacing laser can really help smooth out the surface of the skin and then boost up collagen production in the deeper layers of the skin to really help flatten out those deeper wrinkles. The next option is to consider having filler placed. A small amount of filler, whether it be a hyaluronic acid filler or a filler like Sculptra, can obviously help just by space filling to smooth out those wrinkles. Definitely go to a board-certified dermatologist because placement is everything and the volume is key. You obviously don't want to overfill the area. A little bit goes a long way. And then the other injectable that you might consider that can, potentially, depending on where it's placed, is Botox or any neurotoxin. We've got Xeomin now as well. These can help, depending on where they're placed, smooth out wrinkles. So those are my 9 tips and suggestions for both treating and preventing wrinkles on the upper chest. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.